everybody. I apologize. I'm late. It's Jose's fault. Kramer made a good point. Okay. Hardware up and software down. Am I on the camera? So the scenarios this morning kind of played out that, okay, a couple of things noted. For now, NVIDIA sell by the rumor, sell the news. Okay, that's out there. But, you had software, you had Team, you had Microsoft, which followed through, these ancillary software stocks like ServiceNow, Workday, which actually put in the proverbial candle and followed through to a degree. Then you had Salesforce, which I posted on in TGH that, that could possibly do what Workday did. And you know what? Workday reversed, finished on the high. Krem's doing the same thing, finishing. Look at it, it's 200. All right, so it was where we go from now. I'm not quite sure. I'm not pretending that I do. I'm not usually saying the one that I know that I do. Point being is, it kind of like set up in the late morning. Is there are a couple of stocks that are acting quite well? You know what I mean? For example, I think we have Rocket Labs with earnings tonight. Let me take my picture off the screen so we can see charts. This PL, these guys are on this PL. And you want to not have another stock that's similar, that has two letters and ends with L. You can take PL. You can take either Planet Labs. You can go either space bound or you can go gold bound. HL. One of the two is going to work nicely, at least technically. By the way, I wouldn't be surprised if both do. You know what? Man, it's incredible how they both do. One's a rocket. Do you see this? This is amazing. One is a rocket stock, PL, and the other one's a gold stock. They look strikingly similar. And you know what? They go right there. Those are pure. I'm going to take both. Then you know what? Then I could be a trader and cut the proverbial, water the flowers and cut the weeds. One of them will work. Although Rocket Lab, well, you know what? Both of them these days have pin action. PLs might move with Rocket Labs. Gold moves, geopolitically and has moves that are 24/7 now. So who knows there? But those are two that look good. So it kind of, let me make my previous point. Thank God I can remember this, and I'll go back on the video because I like to be more sincere. So in the late morning, as Team and these other stocks bounce, you felt like maybe NVIDIA put in a base and then it'd take the whole NASDAQ up together. But you know what? NVIDIA stayed down and took the rest of these, the memory stocks and other stocks down with them. And I'll show my screen when I say other stocks. You should know what I'm talking about. If not, you'll see the screen. And it felt like it can go either way. And then Kramer came with on his point, high-level opinion doesn't mean it's going to come to fruition, that it feels like, is it more profit-taking or is it profit-taking in NVIDIA and such? And we'll look at some other stocks. Or is it a dead cat bounce in software? You know what I mean? These software stocks, just 2 days ago, I mean, what did somebody trip on the plug on Claudebot and all of a sudden it's no good anymore? Doesn't the same problem persist? Yes, it's overdone. I get it. But aren't there more macro pictures, macro things involved? Or is it better to buy NVIDIA on some sort of bounce, which, by the way, tomorrow is a do or die. 200, you want to know? Okay, what are the truth? That's a poor lead-in. I think the 200 days good in NVIDIA. I want the, you know what? It's all up to the VIX. It's all up to the VIX. Indices are skewed. You know what I mean? You had Krem at the high. You had TTD. It looked like it was going to zero. It was trading 20. Mike V stepping in. One of the few people, it was me, the quants, and the algos. Hold on. Show executions. Am I on the right screen? If I'm not, whatever. Here's Mike V. I was buying this thing all morning. My first buy, 21.60. Sold some 22.20, Piker. Sold more, 22.95. Sold more, 23.60. Bottom line is, This stock went from 21.11 to 23.60, and it let off a couple of the other ones. And I want to talk about Ford. I want to talk about GM, Snowflake, same thing, huge range. You know what I mean? All range. NTNX was 50. What was it? NTNX last night was, I think it was. I should not. I apologize. I don't. There's a lot to follow. NTNX. I know Juice was on this one. You know, it traded volume. This is 800,000. This is volume. NTNX last night was 52. 12. It's 12 lower. Now, what are you going to do? Okay, it's obviously an inside day. EOS, it was over. Boom. EOS, down like 30%. QURE, where's Miss Sherry? All right, that was it. I'm going to pontificate. This QRE, there's a difference between being coiled and not being coiled. This is not coiled. All right, every gap it held below the gap. Everybody that was everybody that was buying Netflix, Chewy, ServiceNow, Team, the whole thing, HIMS, took a shot at QRE. And the longer this stock took with could call action to go, then they finally. I wouldn't even think about this with whatever's money. That's a perfect indication of the longer it takes not to do something that it should, is the more it can go awry. Also, you can look at ARBE, same situation. All right, so there are a couple. What happened with Ford? I blew out of a ton of Ford. I can't even tell you how much Ford I blew out near the high. And I sold a lot. I sold 44,000 shares. What is this? With tons of market. It's 4 o'clock? Yeah. Yeah, it's me. Literally. All right, now, why did I sell Ford? My plan was to go to 15. It almost actually went there. So I think I first sold like 8,000, 1460. These are my last prints. 1470. Now, why am I selling Ford here when it's breaking out, you ask, Mike V, and bailing out on the rest of us? Well, I was hoping you would know that. General Motors, as Ford was breaking high, General Motors was negative the whole day. And there's the chart on General Motors. Now, is there bifurcation in stocks? Yes, there are. Is there bifurcation in sectors? You know what I mean. Not so much these, so I'm watching GM. You can do the old proverbial overlapping stocks if you'd like to do it. So I'm watching GM and I'm like, you know what? This is not the best, this is not the best here. So I'm thinking like in Nevada versus a software play. Is either General Motors going to bounce and shake people out and then continue to rip? Or am I going to have to sell Ford? So I sold Ford. And as Ford is ripping, as you can see, whatever this time, what is this right here? 954? 954. General Motors is going the opposite way, breaking all technical, well, a lot of things. It's breaking technical situations, if you will, lack of a better term. It's not doing what it should, i.e. poor price action. And that's why I bailed out on Ford. Now, there's a ton of things to do. Now, why I said, where are all the students? And I was being facetious. I didn't have them here either. I'm just trying to bound in. Why did that one work as opposed to a Kava? Which was you and Kava did the same thing. They both finished on the high, huge range, news, price action, the whole 4 or 5 out of the things. You was at new highs. That's the difference. Kava still had overhead resistance, although it looks good, and it kind of looks like a Crocs did. Yeah, so that's where that worked. Oh, what's another one I wanted to work at? Oh my God, RXT. This is oh my God. I took the wrong cheap stock. Oh my God, look at this thing. Took calls too. Do yourself a favor. Oh God. Look at RXT and why it's up. And let me know. Oh, okay. RXT. Shit. Late flow, all shippers. See these charts? Okay, it's not where they've been, it's where they're going. Every one of these shippers are going with bombs. Fro, right now. NAT, Nordic American Tankers. If you don't like the RSI or whatever 80 and change, you might like it at 90. STNG, another one. Tankers and oils are basing a little bit, are going up. Oh my God. CLH. Did that pull back? This should pull back. You know what? Is there any reason in the world this popped this up $8 on news? It should pull back. Exactly. I didn't look at it until now. Oh, where the hell am I? CLH 59, 53. It's the same thing. All these things, they look the same now. Rocks, CELH. You know what I mean? Somebody told me about this thing. Zoom. I tell you, my price on Zoom to buy aggressively was at 79, and I had a lot of positions. Not in a lot of positions. I was focused. Here's my buys on Zoom. I'm in it. Bottom line is I'm in it. My first purchase was this blue, 75.82, and that was my original thinking. That was my plan to start 75.82. Why did you ask everyone, Mike V? Why that price? Because we know you're an unregistered certified market technician? I'll tell you why. Because that was the weekly 200 day. There it is in green up here. Boom, boom. The weekly, not the daily. That was a shot. My first stab. That was my plan. It didn't work right away. Matter of fact, it didn't work at all. So now I said, all right, you bastard. There's my first buy. Then my second one is 7. Okay, bottom line is the low on Zoom was 72.90. And why it stopped there, I'm not quite sure. But I sold it exactly where my first buy was, as you see. It went a little bit higher. But usually I'm pretty good with these type of things without hurting my own hand, patting myself under my back. So once it didn't really do, I mean, I didn't want to get involved. This is one of these things. Everything could have happened to Ryan Zoom. A small position could have turned into a big loser. Just wasn't bred to be a good one. So there's my play in Zoom. I think I'm articulating quite well, by the way. Hold on. Something most important and exponentially more impressive, if you didn't get to watch or at least gauge or have a feeling of Coach is I got distracted. Coach's video this morning with Larry, arguably, if not, yeah, okay, how about this? I don't say this stuff. Well, I've been doing this for 30 years. Larry forgot things that I'll probably never even know about trading. And by the way, some things about TradeGateHub. First of all, Coach got him multiple, been on here several times, and I couldn't do that because I don't have the accreditation. Coach does. And you know, don't be fooled by this being a free site. We have many people on here to make this thing work, and it's part of a bigger monster behemoth engine. Somehow you found your way to TradeGateHub that's free. Trust me, you got lucky. You got this far. You're never going to get emailed, not going to ask to open accounts. You can look at it, okay? Just one of these things that you, bravo to you. So, and bravo to Coach with Larry. Great interview. Watch it later. Brownie Elf, I missed you today. Where were you? And by the way, Hugo, Miss Sherry, Qure, Miss Sherry, I was listening. I could. It could have. I'm just as. Am I showing this here? Hold on. Pardon me. From being in this QURE, but the point I'm making on QURE is very, very valid about the longer it takes. We know you're listen, Hugo. Thanks for like all the thumbs up. In all sincerity, I know people appreciate it. I mean, if not, people have great manners. I grew up saying, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. But we're blessed and we're very appreciative. We're not going anywhere. You know me. I'm doing it till freaking I either one of the two. I fall over or go broke, and neither's going to happen anytime soon. Thank you for everybody participating. The QURE point was most of all. Juice. What else? RXT. Where the hell are we? All right, let's look at earnings. And then I'll go to option flow. No, Sherry. Listen, your long QURE, it's like I won't overuse the word term, but I won't overuse the word. Oh, you know what? It kind of did give you. Oh, you know what? Listen, let's go over this. Stock closed at 24. Opened at 2090 and the low is 17. What do I have done if I owned it, if I didn't own it? There's the gap. Where's the weekly? We always go to weekly. I don't know what I would have done. This is the point that would have sold it right here. 1980. What is this? Right here. See this? This is it. This is where I would have sold it. At this bar, if you see in the middle. What's that high? 1987. But I only like my women older than 1980s. That's probably where I would have sold it. And you know what? It seems that this is where they wrestled it at the open. See this? I'm not taking too much on this. This is real technical stuff. This is surgical. See this area? And this is here, look. This is that like 1987 area. They waffled it for a half an hour, right? This area, and then they did. So that would have been something I would have been looking at. That's okay. So anyway, thank you for everybody. Appreciate it. All right, let's go. Let's look what a couple of people are doing, and then we'll go over some options, earnings, and then VIX. Number one. It's number one right now. Trader Stewie. You got to know Trader Stewie. I don't even care if you don't know finance. He loves that HL. Wujastic, he's silent today. That's bearish. See this? When would you could just go by people's flows. Like knowing me, you know by his flow. 16 hours. He hasn't posted in 12 hours. Usually he's a freaking machine gun. Let's look at Jesus. Sherry, proud of you posting the Wall Street. At least I'm not saying you got to break apart STNG, but when you posted the ES chart, the futures that have at least a plan, even if it didn't work, it made sense. That will sink in. I was proud of you with that, for lack of a better term. I know you do, Lewis. But you're trading well, Lewis. I'm proud of you not buying these other crap things. Let's look at Connor. You know what? He's quiet. Let's look at my man. Planeteer of the 10-day. Could be. Could be for a trade. But you know what? When we'll get the final, what time is it? I'll end with the VIX. Now you got to know yourself, all right? Well, the very few people in this room, at least the ones that participate, have problems with stock picking. I'm just trying to maybe help expedite the process faster. Yes, I know I get to be stale, and being facetious and what is it, passive aggressive. Everybody has their scanners. I'm trying to do you a favor. Believe me, a better time than beat everybody over the head saying you should have a scanner, but it just helps. You know what I mean? Nobody says you got to sit there all day and have a PhD, and work on the thing for 6 months. So you got to know. Well, my point is, you got to know your style. The VIX is popping. So what's hurting me now? Sometimes I hold positions. It's the one with the bleed a little bit. But with the VIX popping like this, I'm going to have then it's going to turn to a cliche, if you will. I'm going to have to make 4 good trades to make up for 1 bad trade. Keep fewer positions as the market pops like this. For me personally, that's what I do. Why doesn't anybody like Sweet Green? If you knock me off, Sweet Green is going to pull a VFC. You're going to be like, this. What the hell changed with this company? And all of a sudden it doubled. Trust me on that. CRWV, Rocket Labs, Dell, SMAR, Wolf has earnings. Wolf. Sherry, what did you do with CRWD? I'm serious. It might be AAOI has earnings. CRWD was tough. Everybody sold it. I wasn't even in it. Here, take it from. Take it from Sunrise. It does. Just because Workday bounced a little bit doesn't mean it can't keep going. We had to take money out of it. All right. Oh, good, Sherry. Good. You didn't take it. Nice. Another one. He does everything I do. This guy. TTD. He's in it. Okay. Gold and silver at the high. Stocks. Look at this. This stock is sexy. I don't know what it is or what's going on here. As you can see, I'm in it all day long here. UAMY. It's a cool symbol. There's the chart. Everything you want. It's got it in it. It's got that flagger. It pulled back on. Oh, I got to take my eye off the mic. It pulled back on low. It went up on nice volume, pulled back on low volume. It's taken calls for the past 3 days. Let's go to the weekly. Oh. I ran fierce. Don't tell me that. I'm going to start thinking. Listen, I can't fault them on RJTI. You want to know why? This is a stock that made a higher low. It's already bounced. Nobody like Lewis. Lewis used to buy hymns. By the way, I did too. Nice job, Lewis. You really got to be smooth. And I appreciate your input, and I actually like your opinions. I actually seek your opinion. Sherry, why aren't you in UAM? Which trigger? What's stopping you? And I'm here to learn. I'm a student. Hold on. I'm a student. What's stopping you from being in UAMY? And what will cause you to get in UAMY? Considering that, do you want it to take out a new high? Should it? Okay, let's look at we're weekly people right here. You have too much on. That's fair. That's fair.
For you. So
that's fair. I appreciate it. You have too much on. Next, guilty as well. UAMY, I'd like to close over this red bar. AEO Lewis. AEO looks great. I know. I've been following it. ANF. Lewis, don't you like ANF better? ANF. First of all, it's self between Lewis and basically everybody in the room. It's self-explanatory. It only has one open moving average to resistance to clear, and the short-term ones, the 10-day, the red, and the 21-day, the white, are both scrolling up as opposed to AEO. Actually, it only has 50-day resistance too. It's the same freaking thing. I can't talk you off that. Nice eye, Lewis. Same thing. You know that. I just think Lewis likes Sydney Sweeney better. That's all. Good eye, Lewis. Trade what you know. Who can? There's no trade what you know. All right, this is a good. I only follow with broken record. Follow 60, 61 people. One of the guys I follow. Take this to note. You saw Sunrise Trader saying, "Let's keep our eye on work." Day. You hear me chirping, "Team you." Great. Okay. Let's like that. Let's just. By the way, he works at the same place as Tom Lee. Last night, Reese still in PLG. PLG miser. Nice. LAC pulled back. You know what's taking? Speaking of PLG, you know what's taking a lot of calls. Speaking of PLG miser /1 -1. Got to get a new nickname. Miser. PLD. If you go to even the public Jesus feed, there's not many calls today, which, by the way, is not bullish. It's not like people are loading in the queues. Oh, hold on. Let me take my face off here again. This one, PLD, write it down. I'm not holding QXO. I'm in it. You'll see my screen. They're buying it today. It held the gap, by the way. We'll go into QXO. I can't get into too much. Yes, I can. You don't want to get in there? Hang up. PLD calls off the board. PLD calls off the board. ARR calls. I'm glad you. Well, it's a miser. You got a thick skin. No, well, I didn't really mean to insult you, but it's it's a tough. It's a tough nick. It's a tough name. Miser. Sherry. Well, it's only 2 syllables. It's not that bad. All right, so let's look at Mark Newton's point. Did I get in the PLD point? PLD? Sincere. Really, if anything, I'd say, all kidding aside, the most contrite thing I've said. PLD, pure calls all day. Okay, Mark Newton. Last night report discussed 6 reasons why soft mirror light finally gained traction, but this could happen at the expense of semis. All right, didn't Jim Cramer said one of them's got to give? But okay, so if NVIDIA, so far what he's saying is, or at least collectively, so if NVIDIA, maybe it does pull back to the 200-day. Does that mean that Microsoft can't go back up to the 50-day, or Oracle can maybe wipe out some fears and put a bottom in? It's a scenario, but keep an eye out. I can't believe Lunar's up like this. Do you know what? How did that Lunar? What a one-day wonder. Look at this. Who sold this stock? Yeah, look at this. That's me too all day long. Everybody proud of me? I fired away. I was like a freaking day trader. Buying it low, selling it high, buying it low. This is me buying. First buy today. Mike V stepped in. 16.15. Sold it to the popper. Right near the gap at 16.70 a couple of times. Come on, guys. You're going to be proud of me of this. Look at me. There's the important. Now we're doing a trading lesson. Even Midas got to appreciate this. I'm not being facetious. There's the 5-minute chart. Obviously, it held this gap, this line here. You know what? 2 days. Do earnings require 2 days to digest? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good point. I don't know. I just think this is what I think in terms of earnings. After earnings, we're turning into traders, not people putting it. If we're watching something how it acts a day or two, or 2, 1, 2, 3 days after earnings, we're traders. You know what I mean? If we're managers or whatever, we put it away. We don't well, it's not really micromanaging, but you really just want to be careful of stocks that it doesn't break a new high or break a new low from that previous, range. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. You should welcome Sherry. You actually bought my pain. I'm glad. Fine. I'm in it too. Let's stop. All right, we're gonna get to the board. Very good trader. If I were to give money to day trade, he would be in the top 3 reform trader. And he's another one emblematic of what you should do. Follows few, has his own thing, has a huge following, not many subscriptions. See what he says about the SPX, all right? You want to see what his opinion is? You want to see naturally what the coach's opinion is? What else do you want to see who gives their opinion about the futures right before the close? Who else? Obviously, it's Matt. Obviously, it's Adam Mancini, right? Here. Kramer saying, all right, Hugo, Juice, what the now calls. You know what? You're going to have to wait. You have to wait. I know AMCR, believe me. Man, Lewis. Look, Juice, you're going to have to wait. This is going to take some, it's a ping, you know what this is? This is one of these ping pong. Now it's going to be ping. You got over the hard part, which is the short-term moving average with volume. Now you're going to play a little bit of ping pong. Yeah, Lewis, start small. AMCR, you got an average cost. I get it. You know what AMCR looks like? I tell you, I bought it today. It looks like docking. All right, let's look at earnings. I can talk. By the way, I'm going to start to do a morning video. I'm going to start trading the opens live. As long as after I will actually have to coach this video. I'm going to start trading the opens. Okay, another one. What stock did I mention before I go? That has an L, a P. There you go. See Juice. There's Juice. The Juice is on the tape. He's buying now calls. Look at him loading up. There you go, Juice. They're buying the calls. And what are they buying, you ask? Let's prop it up. They're buying March 20s. What's today? February 20s. There you go, Juice. They're adding to now. Bravo. What else? There's PL. PL rhymes with HL. PL or HL. One of them's going to work. Lewis, stop with okay, Lewis. Now you're talking about BAP, a Peruvian bank. Really? You're telling me to get into BAP? Everybody's having a good time. You gotta have a good time. I'm trying to not give as much. I see a lot. And hopefully people don't grab it. LXU earnings today. Ooh, that's sexy. Miser -1/1. That's a -1. What is that? It's not even a dash. It's below. What's the one that's on the bottom of the dash? A dash is in the middle. That's just like a space. Miser spacebar 1. By the way, this doesn't look bad. Look at the weekly on this. This has everything you want. Okay, the weekly above it, the 200. It's got the volume even on the weekly, the most it's done. It's got it in it. This is sexy. Give us more on this thing. Miser, give us more info on this LXU. Did it already have earnings? This is incredible. What a play. Everybody's got to agree, right? LXU? A fertilizer. Oh, well, I'm going to tell you one thing. Moss got big downgrade today. You want to talk about fertilizers, and it went positive. Moss got downgraded today, and it shrugged it off. Had its CF act after earnings. It was up $9 that day. Had it NTR absorb things. Yeah, I see it. NTR. There's another one. This LXU is good. This is very good. This is actually very, very, very good. Nice job, Miser /1. All right. not going to take it. And believe me, I'm responsible. You know, we'll hear earnings. After the close, look at this. CRWV, Rocket Labs, Dell, Sound, Zscaler, Mara, Wolf, SMAR, XYZ, MP, AALI will move 20%. Don't want to be wrong. RKT's taking calls, it seems like every freaking day. Figure. Oh my God, they're going to make me trade the new IPO Figure. Oh my God. They're going to do it to me too. All right, no problem. In the morning, UUU, EXK, the big silver daddy. NIO, Lewis will be up early. NIO in the morning. CRI, that's a sneaky one. That's a retail that just does not go down Carter's. And that's going to go higher. I'm not going to do it. I saw a bar flash in. I saw it. I saw it. I saw it. And it's clear with this. You have to make a commitment to this bar fly. There's the weekly, there's the daily. Okay. You gotta buy, you gotta hopefully it doesn't fill the gap. You gotta buy it like you gotta commit to it. I don't know the story. I know it's a SPAC. I can tell by the chart it's a SPAC. Takeover interest in Caesars. Right here. Las Vegas casinos. Okay, let's go to this. You want to go? Let's go. Hold on. Oh, the freaking tape here. Hood breaking high. Sweet green. Buy 6,000 more sweet green at the market. There I am right there. Breaking the market cap of sweet green. I literally moved the market cap of sweet green. Isn't that wild? Silver. Silver breaking high, reversing. Don't want it. QXO. Let's buy more. Oh no. CNC. Music Factory. NVIDIA. NTNX. Creme. Fiserv. I took 16,000 off. This is what's killing me. Where's this dog? ARBE. I'm down 200,000. I'm down 100,000 in this. I'm not going to get this money back. This is a bad trade. I broke a rule. Look at this thing. I broke a rule. I took a fucking I took a penny stock. Where's LXU? Let's stop fooling around here. Oh, it's got 1 million shares. Miser / 3, 4, 5. How many? But it's got 1 million shares. What am I going to? You know how many I have to buy? I'll buy it. Yeah, that was a good call from who was ever in the room on Hood. I remember that call. Okay, let's go to some pure plays, and let's go to options. Option calls. For the past couple of days, what have they been taking? We'll use an example of what Miser / spacebar 1 says. You know, maybe it takes a couple of days. GFS has been taking a lot of calls. It's resting. It's not really resting the way I want it to be. What about the COUR? Been very active, still going up every day. Not for me here. PL. Okay. HL. We're going to be one of them, right? Let's do it. 4,000. HL, right? Where's PL? Right there. We'll do, no, we're not going to do two. Let's do, we'll do 2,800 PL to start with. Caesars, the stock that's being taken over. Major interest in Caesars. This is a hell of a range in Caesars. This is a big move on Caesars. Late news, Caesars. I got to have more. Listen, Miser, I'll be honest with you. It might work. I can't, it just doesn't have enough volume for me. IONQ all day up. All day. Service now. Right near the high. Uber. There's the bounce. Sweet green. I got 18. It's going to go more. We're going up to 20 sweet green. Maybe the people who are trying to take over C's will lead see the sweet green tonight. Fig went negative. Fig reversed to the downside. That took a break. Fig. Now you go above the 200, above the 50-day. No, the fig needs rest. So you know what? What am I in? VST. Oprah Winfrey's going. This is the first one I mentioned today. Oprah Winfrey. Which is better, HL or PL? Where's Newmont? Oh man, look at that. I think look at Newmont. You see this Newmont? How does this Newmont, Jesus Christ, not work? How does this HL not work? This is the one. HL's got to be. Do I believe in space or gold? How old am I? Am I gonna actually go with gold instead of space? Like, one of them's gonna work HL or PL. IQV breaking high. You know what IQV is, everyone? That's a software index. EOS. Look at EOS. UNH is taking calls. So I bought some CNC. You can see I bought it. Doesn't mean it's happening. It's a decent entry point. I think it plays safe. The video could be down $20 tomorrow. This could be up, that type of thing. As if you look at my news feed here, as we approach 348 to the close, Nevada near the lows. I think I got to get everybody go here. I'm sorry if it took up too much time. Everybody always yells at me. They got to beat this and that. But I think it plays. Nevada, low of the day. Hugo, I'm proud of you. Do you have some sort of, you must have some sort of, you're watching it. Either you're watching a stock that you should be watching, considering a bellwether, a stock in play, range, price action, or you have a scanner. One of the two, if not both, bravo. All right, I'll leave it there. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's wait. Hold on. One more. Let me hold to what I'm doing. There's the VIX. I don't know, man. I don't know. It looked like today it was going to just destroy everything. But let me leave this. Our friend, and only, yes, you're correct, right? One of only the 61 people I follow. Look at what Heisenberg said. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. Here. This is the work I do. Tomorrow's, these things hold in them, embedded in my brain. Tomorrow's the last trading day of the month on a Friday. We got the last 3 Fridays having a VIX crush, high to lows. Okay. Keep in mind, you got plenty of time and a plan that if the VIX breaks like something like tomorrow's lows and you have winners and the VIX is a little bit, is subdued and you let some winners run into a Friday, then we'll have a nice day. All right. Until then, less is better. You got this far. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in and being sincere and being professional and putting up with me. And you know what? I'm going to do better tomorrow. Cheers.